bulletin. And the Director of Criminal Investigations, Ndegwa Muhoro, says because of the complex nature of the murder of lawyer Willie Kimani and 2 others, 4 specialized crime investigation units have been put on the case. The DCI director told the High Court in Nairobi today that the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigations would also be part of the probe. KTN's Timothy Otieno begins our bulletin tonight.
The packed courtroom on Tuesday morning played host to a rare guest, one who patiently sat in the docks as the prosecution argued its case. The events leading up to this moment precipitated by the abduction of 3 individuals, lawyer Willie Kimani, his client Joseph Mwenda, and taxi driver Joseph Mwiruri, whose bodies were retrieved from the Oldonyo Sabuk River in Kilimambogo at the end of last week. Civil society groups and human rights activists piling pressure on the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to issue a progressive report on the status of investigations, many of whom were citing concerns that the police cannot be trusted to investigate themselves.
What we are discussing here, my lord, and you will see from the interim report, there's absolutely no mention of Mr. Muhoro subjecting his report to the Independent Policing Oversight Authority. Yet I'm sure he is very much aware of those requirements.
The 3 killed under suspicious circumstances following their abduction on the 23rd of June. The preliminary report presented to the court by the Director of Criminal Investigations sought to assure the public that credible investigations were ongoing.
My lords, we have also taken another step forward where we have invited our international partners, specifically the FBI, the Evidence Response Team.
The report in KTN News' possession read in part, quote, owing to the complex nature of this offense, specialized crime investigation units, namely the Flying Squad, Homicide, Cybercrime, and Crime Scenes Unit have been deployed to expeditiously investigate the various aspects of this case. But it appears the prosecution was not buying that claim.
There is no focus on abduction. There is no focus on those officers who may have been involved in facilitating the crime. There is no focus on any officers who may have been involved in concealing the crime.
We have reached a level, my lord, where people do not have confidence in the investigations of the police.
The prosecution's request to cross-examine Ndegwa Muhoro was not granted by the courts, with Justice Luka Kimaru arguing that the DCI needed time to complete investigations into the deaths. The court, however, requested Muhoro's office to present evidence to the prosecution in order to scrutinize the authenticity of the evidence obtained to ensure the investigation process was above board.
Thank you very much.
The case proceeds Wednesday with a private pathologist, Dr. Andrew Gashie, hired by the Law Society of Kenya, expected to issue his post-mortem analysis before the court. A government pathologist report on Monday indicated that the victims were hit on the head with a blunt object, with the taxi driver Joseph Mwiruri and Kimani's client strangled afterwards. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.